I'm not here in Porto just to have a fun holiday. I might be making a significant decision to move to a different country. And the reason why I'm here is because it involves the strategies that I use to create clarity about my direction in life. Because maybe you're in a similar position where you feel that you want to make a big change, where you're maybe about to make a significant decision. But then your mind starts questioning, how do you make the right decision? What is the right direction to go into? Because you don't want to be making the wrong decision. But the question is also, how do you even know what the right direction is? How do you even know what the right decision is? How do you get to that type of clarity? And that's what I'll share with you in this video. I'll share with you the 3 ways that I'm currently using to create clarity about my direction in life, which is, like I said, the reason why I'm here in Porto. And let's start with a relationship example, because I think we all had these type of experiences. Let's imagine that you are dating a person and this person looks perfect on paper. Everything about him or her is like a perfect match for you. Even the people around you say, you two are meant to be together. So logically, it makes sense to continue dating this person, to get into a relationship, but you feel that something is off. Something in your body is telling you, something is not right here. But you have no evidence. You have nothing that you can point to as in, oh, this is why this feeling is there. So that's when you start to override it with logic. You think maybe you just have commitment issues. Maybe you're afraid to get into a relationship and to open up and be vulnerable. So you push this feeling to the side, you continue dating this person, you get into a relationship, but this feeling is still there. Everything looks perfect. Everything is going so smoothly, but the feeling is still there. And then eventually everything shifts. Let's say the real version of that person comes out. And now you are in a messy situation, in a toxic relationship, and all that you can think is, I knew it. Let's imagine that you get out of this situation. When you look back at a situation like that, you will think things like, I wish I trusted that feeling. I wish I listened to my gut. Your gut already knew the decision that you had to make, but you didn't trust it. So if you look at your life, how many times have you been in a situation like that? Not specifically the relationship stuff, but how many times have you ignored that gut feeling and you made the wrong decision, where you already knew that I should have made a different decision? Like, this happens so much. And this is also related to the situation that I'm in right now, because it is related to logic versus intuition. I've been talking for a year with everyone around me that I was going to move to Valencia, to Spain. So because I'm very big on speaking my vision into existence. So everyone around me knew Joy's moving to Spain, because this place looked perfect on paper for me. But I have never been to this place before. So all that I knew was I had some Google images, I had some information, all of these things. I had some conversations I had with people that have been to Valencia. So that was all the information that I had. So it was a logical decision to make. But then I made a decision, let me go to Valencia and experience the place. So last year, I went there for a trip for 7 days, and I walked around the city and I asked myself the question, what would it feel like to live here? So I was walking around this beautiful city. It is an amazing place, by the way. And my whole body was saying no. My body was telling me, don't go to Valencia. And it didn't make any logical sense. Like, why not? This place looks perfect for me on paper. It has everything that I'm looking for. Why am I not supposed to go here? But this is where, over time, I learned to trust my gut. I don't want to be making decisions that are out of alignment with my gut feeling, because this is where I'm also a bit more spiritual, where I believe your body already knows. Your body has already the answers that your mind doesn't know yet, and it's communicating this to you. So this is where we can often think things like, listen to your gut. The way that I articulate this is, I listen to my heart. Maybe you listen to your intuition, to your soul, to God, whatever your beliefs are. But I believe your body already knows, and it is communicating these answers to you. But the thing is, are you trusting these answers? Are you trusting the things that are communicated to you? Because in a lot of cases, you don't have any evidence yet. It doesn't make any sense. And I see this with women a lot. Women are so in tune often and intuitively strong. So when I'm around women that are very in tune with themselves and intuitively strong, I notice that they already know things about people that nobody knows yet. When they say like, oh, you shouldn't trust this person, or be careful with these kind of projects, or be careful with this room, or they already know that something is off. So when I'm around women that are very in tune with their intuition, when they say something like that, I trust them. I immediately trust them because I know how this works. I know that there are energies outside of us communicating to us, or let's say inside of us. And this is, again, if you don't believe this, that's that's completely fine as well. This is at least how I approach life. And that's where I believe there's more than we can see. There's so many things outside of us that we can't see that is influencing our existence. Because maybe you've experienced this before as well, when you walked into a room. Let's say you went to visit your friend. So your friend is in a relationship and you went there for dinner or something like that. And when you walked into the house, you felt this heavy energy out of nowhere. Like something felt off. It's like, what is going on here? And later on, you figured out or found out that they had a conflict. They had a big fight. And now this heavy energy made sense. But you already knew before that something was off. But you just couldn't pinpoint what it was yet. So this is, do you trust your gut feeling? Sometimes you know certain places are not supposed to go there. Maybe because it's dangerous. Something inside of you is already communicating this to you. So I just wanted to highlight that point because it involves one of the reasons that I use to make decisions about the right direction in life. Listen to your gut feeling. And this is also the place that I come from as a coach. I believe you are the expert of you. You already have the answers inside of you. But the thing is, sometimes we can't even access these answers anymore because we've been questioning so much. Usually people get stuck because they're stuck in their head. They're thinking their way to a decision. They are trying to find the logic into the decisions that they're making. Does it make sense? Is it realistic? Is it safe? Is it going to give me certainty? But these are not usually the decisions that you are supposed to be making. You're not always supposed to be making those type of decisions. So this is where the way that I approach life is, I don't want to be putting my mind into the driver's seat. Because when your mind is driving, it is overanalyzing everything. And maybe you've realized this in your life, where you get stuck in overanalyzing all the possibilities, all the options, everything that could go wrong. When your mind is driving, that also means that fear is driving. Because your mind doesn't want your ego to be threatened or your self-image. It doesn't want you to get hurt. So now you're operating from fear. And when you're operating from fear and trying to get to the right direction, right decision, you're not going to get to the answer. So that's where I want to not put my mind in the driver's seat. I want to put my heart in the driver's seat. This is the one that is driving. My heart knows what's best for me. Even though it's usually driving me towards adventure, uncertainty, my heart is a risk taker. And this is the thing that I want to trust. I want to trust my heart because I trust that my heart is bringing me to the direction and to the location that I'm meant to be at. And my mind doesn't understand it yet. And I want to use my mind as a tool because your mind is powerful. Being able to analyze things is very powerful, but use it as a tool to your advantage. Don't let that be your main driver because you will not be able to make a right decision from that place. So always listen to this gut feeling because there is a deeper knowing inside of you that already knows. And also know that when you're talking about and thinking about a right decision and right direction, it's not about the result that you get or don't get. Sometimes you're supposed to be at a certain place first to see, let's say, the bigger purpose that is meant for you, to see the bigger mountain. Sometimes you have to climb one mountain first to see, oh, this is the mountain that I'm meant to be climbing. But you could only figure this out by climbing this mountain first. So that's why don't get attached to the results that you get or don't get to determine if you have a right decision. Because that's where I always believe that my heart is guiding me to the place where I'm meant to be, which is not always making sense. Sometimes I can't even see the place where I'm meant to be yet. But it will make sense when I look back. Then you can see the purpose in hindsight. So first way of creating this clarity is trust your gut feeling. Don't make decisions with the head, make decisions with the heart. And the question is also, how do you even connect to what is true for you? How do you connect to what is true for your heart? How do you distinguish these two? And that brings me to reason or way number 2. And reason number 2 of why I'm here in Porto. I believe action breeds clarity. When you are in action, you will immediately create clarity. So again, I believe so strongly in this. ABC. Action breeds clarity. That's all that you need to create the clarity that you need. What most people do is they try to think their way to clarity. And thinking your way to clarity is very passive. You can't think your way to clarity. When did you ever in your life sit down and you thought for hours and hours and hours, and then you got this right decision. Immediately, you got the answer by thinking your way to it. When did this ever happen? It's usually in action that you receive the answers that you're looking for. So it doesn't matter what you want to start. Let's say, because I'm a coach, I talk to a lot of starting coaches. So let's say you want to start, maybe you want to start coaching, and you think like, ooh, what would it be like if I would start coaching? What you can do is you can get certifications, you can get courses, you can watch videos, read books about coaching. But how is that going to give you clarity? We can call this action, but this is more with the mind. It is consumption. What is the action? The action is get in a coaching conversation as fast as possible, either where you are the client being coached or where you are coaching someone. And when I talk to starting coaches and they think like, oh, but I'm not ready yet. I need to get a certification first. I need more preparation. So that's when anxiety, when the mind starts creating why you can't do it, get into that coaching conversation. You will receive the answers that you need. You are far from ready. And it's not about getting the perfect result. It's about receiving clarity. Because when you are in a coaching conversation, you immediately know if you want to be doing this or not. That's how you know. That's why I'm here in Porto. I immediately know when I'm walking around here, I used to live here for 2 years, I will know that, am I meant to be here again? I will feel through this action, I will receive my answers. I can't think my way through it. I can't watch videos on Porto and think, oh yes, now I'm going to make the decision to move here. I need to experience the city. So action breeds clarity. If you want to start photography, don't do research on photography, plan the shoots, start making photos, start posting photos. If you want to start content creation, start creating content and post it. Action breeds clarity. You immediately receive the clarity that you need, how to improve, what the right direction is. Because when you are in motion, when you're present in the action, that's where the mind is not taking over. And that's when you connect to your body. And that brings me to way number 3, which is experiencing the vision. And this one, like I'm telling you, this one is so powerful because you've heard about visualization exercises before. That you need to visualize your dream and who you are being in the dream, and that you feel it in your whole body and all of these things. There's so much research backing up visualization. Especially athletes apply this so much. So yeah, this is fun and stuff. Visualization, I think it's still very passive. How about, and this is what people use as well, the vision boards, like this is good. How about you experience the vision? Like you are in the vision. What would that be like? Just imagine you have a dream car on your vision board. Like this is the thing, this is the car that I want to drive. So yes, this car is on your vision board, but what if you would find a way to be in the car, to drive the car, to see the car, to touch it, to smell it? If you experience the car like that, the pull that you have to creating it in your life, it is insane. No amount of visualization techniques can give you that similar experience when you experience that vision. This is the reason why I went to Bali last year, where with the partner that I was creating retreats with, we wanted to do a retreat in Bali. So instead of doing research again online, what if we would go to Bali and we would go into the villa that we want to hold the retreat at, the men's retreat? And when we were in that place and in that villa, we had such a different experience of the retreat than thinking our way to it. Find a way to experience the vision. And that's, again, why I'm here in Porto. I'm experiencing the vision. So this is where I want to listen to my gut. My gut was telling me to go to Porto. I don't know yet if I want to move here. So this is also why I'm here, to figure it out. So I want to listen to my gut. I want to receive that type of clarity. I want to be in action, because in action, I receive clarity. Second thing is experiencing the vision. Find a way to experience the thing. And to give you a few last thoughts when it comes to distinguishing between intuition and logic, or intuition and fear. Because this is a difficult one as well, where people think, I have all these answers in front of me about the right decisions. How do I know which one is my intuition? And this is a very deep topic in itself. Maybe I'll make a different video about this. But in short, when it's like chaos in your mind, when it's overwhelming, when you can't seem to navigate through the fog, let's call it like that, I would say create stillness, create space for yourself. Because what you do with the thinking, so this is a visual that might help you. You're just shaking the snow globe like crazy. So you see with the snow globe, all the snow is moving around. And that's what your mind is like right now. It is so chaotic. Like you can't see a way through like which thought is which, where is it coming from? Is this intuition? Is this fear? I don't know anymore. But what you need to do with the snow globe is you need to stop shaking. You need to stop shaking the snow globe. So you trying to think your way to an answer is you continuing to shake the snow globe. How is that working? Like it's only becoming more chaotic. So that's why you need space. You need stillness. That's why the energy that I'm coming from right now when I'm here in Porto is surrender. I created some more space in my schedule. Of course, I'm going to continue these daily videos. Yes, I have my clients scheduled as well, but I created more space in my calendar just to be in Porto. I don't have to do something. I don't have to think something. Whatever I feel inspired to do, I will do. And I surrender. And I will receive the clarity that I'm meant to receive. So this is where I just stop shaking that snow globe to get my answers. So when you are in a similar position, stop forcing a decision. Relax into the decision. Surrender into the decision, into the right direction. This is where clarity shows up. So these are also some last thoughts that I wanted to share with you. And yeah, this is the reason why I'm here in Porto, to create clarity around this decision. And maybe I'm not receiving it immediately on the strip, but I know that whatever is created in the strip, I will marinate on and I will receive my clarity. So I also come from this place of trust, because when I'm coming from a place of tension and fear, I will not get a decision. I will not get an answer. So this is also not the end all be all in how to make the right decision. This is simply how I make decisions in life, because I've seen it work for me. I also want to listen to my heart as much as possible because I love adventure in life. I love the variety. So I trust my gut, I trust my heart, I trust my soul. And that's it.